You know, in a recent medical moment, we had a bit of a run-in with a rather angry Peanut.
That guy was mad.
He was mad. I mean, he wanted to let us know how big and bad he was. And he was. I don't want him coming back. He was big and bad. But on today's medical moment, we're going to talk about the good peanuts.
I like peanuts.
I love peanuts.
Peanuts are good.
Having many peanut butter.
Peanuts are good.
Peanuts are good. Yes, they are. We're going to talk about some of the good things that peanuts and really all nuts can do. So that's the topic of today's medical moment. Stay tuned.
I'm Dr. Jamil,
I'm Dr. Idris.
and this is today's medical moment.
Dude, get yourself together. Clear your mouth. Be professional.
Sorry.
Yeah, he likes peanuts. Anyway, on today's medical moment, we're talking about all the good nuts out there. And we're not talking about your ex-boyfriends and your ex-girlfriends. We're talking about the benefit of peanuts and really nuts in general. There's actually a study that came out recently in the New England Journal of Medicine that looked at this very thing. It looked at the benefit of eating nuts, all nuts, on a regular basis, and if it was actually a good thing. What they did actually was they took 120,000 people and they just did something simple. They said, do you eat nuts? If so, how often do you eat them?
So what they basically put them into two groups, nut eaters and people who don't eat nuts.
Exactly. Now, the only thing that they had in common, other than maybe eating nuts or not eating nuts, was that none of them had a risk of or had a known history of heart disease, stroke, or cancer. So they're basically healthy baseline people. And they just followed them. They followed up with them every couple of years and said, have you started eating nuts? If so, how much do you eat? And are you healthy? And what they found was actually pretty interesting. They found that there was a 7% overall risk in... Okay, shut up. So they took 120,000 healthy people, and they looked at people basically that did not have any prior history of heart disease, stroke, or cancer, and they did something very simple. They said, do you eat nuts or not? And if you do, how often do you eat them? And that was it. They then followed these people every 2 to 4 years and asked them, have you started eating nuts? If so, how much? If not, okay. And have you had any heart problems? God, this boy can't stop eating his peanuts. He's going to be healthy though. He's going to be healthy.
Healthy as an ox.
Basically how healthy are oxes? Anyway, basically what they found was that when you look at what they call overall mortality, all-cause mortality, there was a 7% risk reduction in overall mortality over the time period of the study in people that ate peanuts or nuts at least once per week.
That meant if you ate nuts, basically you were less likely
to die. Okay, keep it simple. What they also found that I found really interesting was that in people that ate some type of nuts every day, there was a 20% risk reduction in overall mortality. So if you ate nuts every day, you were 20% less likely to die during the time span of this study. And this actually makes sense. You know, we've known for years that nuts have anti-inflammatory processes, so it basically reduces things like arthritis, heart disease, stroke. They're antioxidants, so it helps prevent cell damage.
No cancer.
No cancer.
Less cancer.
Less cancer, exactly. They're not miracle workers, but they have less. They're associated with less cancer. Now, one of the big concerns that most people have, and that I probably would have too, was weight gain. Everybody thinks that nuts are fatty and they're concerned about weight gain. But the type of fat that is actually in nuts is, the good fat. And what the study found that was really interesting was that in people that ate nuts once a week, their weight was lower than those who didn't eat it at all. And people who ate nuts on a daily basis had the absolute lowest weights in this entire study. So kind of the take-home message was that, yes, eating peanuts and really all nuts will reduce the risk of all-cause mortality overall, and you can actually eat nuts on a regular basis without concerns for gaining weight. Now, of course, big bad peanut, peanuts can cause some problems. They can cause some problems. Like we talked about in a prior medical moment, some people are allergic, so I'm not telling everybody to go out there and eat nuts, but for people that are not allergic, it's something to consider.
So basically, if you're not allergic to nuts, nuts in your mouth every day makes you live longer.
Okay, that's a nice way to put it. Talk to your doctor before you start any new medical regimens and nutritional supplements, of course, but it's something to consider.
And that's today's medical moment.
Be healthy, guys, and eat your peanut butter.